This is Ryan over on YouTube. Today we're going to put the news for the month of November. Catalonia was formally declared its independence in Spain, but then Spain books Article 155, which says Catalonia did not support the vote. Taking control of Catalonia, Podemos says to oppose Article 155, and Spain says that it's no longer in power. News outlets are accused of bias. The JFK had published more than 2,800 records. It keeps about 300 files classified. But because the RSC, which is the Republican Security Council, wants to keep them secret, Trump wants everything to the public. Paul Manafort has been charged with many crimes. Business partner with the Security Council for the Department of Justice. Pablo Diodopoulos has also tried to set up a meeting of Canadian and Russian Prime Minister Vladimir Putin's office. Pleaded guilty to lying to the FBI about contacts officials connected to Russia. Russian White House says he has a limited volunteer role. Has nothing to do with the campaign. Denied. ISIS has now claimed responsibility for the terrorist attack on Tuesday. The pickup truck onto a popular bike path. 8 killed, 2 injured. Crashed into a school bus. Suspect stepped out and had an imitation with firearms and a gun and a paintball gun. A police officer shot him in the abdomen, survived, and was taken to the hospital. Deadliest terrorist attack in New York City since 9/11. The suspect is a 29-year-old in North Korean cities since 1911. Oh yeah. His name is Sayfullo Sarvov from Uzbekistan. Officials say he came to the U.S. legally in 2010. Officials planned for months the Arab closer ISIS would endure us forever. Translated. Since 2015, 15 terrorist attacks using vehicles have killed more than 140 people. Another terrorist attack in Afghanistan. Explosive on a forward ticket went out next to a passenger's bus. 8 killed, dozens injured. The governors in the House of Representatives reused the Tax and Jobs Act. They're the banned tax reform. 724 of the 73 of tax reform, unless they make more than $500 a year. It appeals to state tax, property tax reduction, increasing economy growth, or revenue and small business. Critics say expected to pass by Christmas, still may pass the House and Senate. Democrats say they want to kill it altogether. Republicans express reservations about it. Trump has a 12-day trip to Asia, Japan, November 5th, South Korea, November 7th, China, November 8th, Vietnam, November 10th, Philippines from North Korea, 4th trip abroad, the Mexican Grand Prix, Max Vera, 4%, 1. Vettel came in 4th. Hamilton came in 9th. Cuts his title still, 56-point lead, 2 races left, 50 points max. In the movies this week, Despicable Me 3 is at 1 billion, Cars 3 is at 350 billion. This movie is coming out on November 7th. The Emoji Movie, 200 million, is coming out on October 24th. The Lego Ninjago movie is 100 million. The Ragnarok is 100 million. In October, there were 261,000 jobs and 4.1% unemployed. The next piece of newspaper. The Congress bin Salman promises to destroy what it calls extremist ideologies and works to return to Saudi Arabia to a more moderate Islam and reduce dependence on oil sales. 17 Saudi princes and government officials were arrested on corruption charges in the governor election in New Jersey and Virginia, the Democrats won. Invisible. Phil Murray, 55-42. And Roy Finn Norton, 53-45. John Curtis. Trump spoke in front of South Korea's National Assembly. Wants Kim Jong-un to make a deal. Warns not care. Trump called Kim Jong-un a man doll. Then Trump went to China, a country that accounts for 90% of North Korean trade. Take, an endangered bird. 280 are left. Take is endangered. People have created the New Zealand Apollo Bridge. It's going to be New Zealand, a bridge, a free country. To have kiwis as well. People have to spend millions of tons of poisons. It will also kill pigs and deer, which aren't target predators. Groups say it won't work on its own, and also scientists have proposed genetically modifying certain predators for keep them from breeding to several billion, keep other invasive species from also a challenge. And nothing has changed in the box office except for Our Boys to Men 4, which is coming on November 9th. In the Brazilian Grand Prix, who will win? Also from textbook. It costs slightly more than 2 houses to pay. More by 2027. Next up, the next news. The air pollution in India is as bad as smoking 50 cigarettes daily. Blah. United Airlines flights suspended to New Delhi. Public health emergency. Schools closed. No trucks allowed. Construction projects are on hold. Disney in California have been shut down due to the Legionnaire disease. It's an outbreak. 12 cases already since September. 9 of them are all at a park. And Armistice Day in the US is on Saturday. Veterans. 3 days mourning in Iran due to an earthquake. A magnitude of 7.3, causing damage in building. 7 damage, depending on structure. 14 miles near shallow, more destructive. 1,500 villages damaged. 152 people killed, hundreds injured. Deadliest earthquake worldwide this year. The U.S. Navy aircraft carriers put on a show of force in the Pacific Ocean. USS Ronald Reagan, USS Theodore Roosevelt, U.S. Nimitz. First time in a decade. Intended to maintain military in the region. Corresponding has been last several days in the Great Barrier Reef. Encourages biologists. More than 40 million victims of slavery worldwide. 1/4 of them children. 25 million slaves from forced labor. More than 15 million people are victims. Mullah has been up in the election for 2018. I think many making the way for his wife to become the leader. It's very controversial. The 227-205 vote count in the House for tax reform. The Republicans have passed it in the House, but it still has to pass the Senate. Ben Mitchell was found with CTE before he died. It could only be found after death to the CTE scan. Boo! Malcolm Lee is now the 3rd out of 10 in the box office with all these other names. So Ragnarok is now 650 million, which is also the 10th. And also Justice League is coming on November 17th. It's also been very divisive. Now Boys to Men 4 has only scored 2 million because it's only out in Singapore. Spider-Man is 4th, Guardians of the Galaxy is 6th, Wonder Woman 7th, and Pirates of the Caribbean is 8th. That is the news this week, and we are done. We have 10 minutes of the monthly news.